Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, that's kind of
I
interesting.
never, I
Have
never
that
looked up
reaffirm
those
it.
teachers. I should do that.
Yeah, you should.
You want to let them know that your accounting teacher was hot?
Are you rated?
No, I'm not
You're
rated.
not officially a teacher. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm not rated though.
You should be rated.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna get some people to rate
Well, I'm
you.
so glad that does not exist now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's sort of like, imagine that in your workplace, or like you were to go to get a job somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you're
And you've
rating.
got a rating. Like the people could just be like, let me just punch it in and be like,
That is
usually
the
like
worst.
first teachers at least, they're like, she's such a bitch. She told me off because I was late.
Do you reckon-
Very teenage reactions.
Yeah,
to
right.
Do you reckon
things.
employers look at that?
I doubt it. I think they could just be like, sometimes you can have it out for some teacher. We had a teacher that we tried, people tried to make a petition to get her to like
Sacked.
Get her
Really?
fired, yeah.
Far out.
It never happened.
Was it warranted?
I think they were just like, she's a bitch. She's a
Okay.
bitch. We don't like her. We want to get her fired. Sign this petition.
Okay.
And it didn't happen.
It's
No,
the
of course
same
not.
people who made the remake Star Wars film.
Yeah,
petition, pretty
yeah.
much.
It's like what's it called? Those online petitions they do. I feel like it's a name, not like GoFundMe, but there's like an online
Yeah, the
petition.
petition one. Yeah. There's a
they're
petition
like,
online.
if this gets
yeah.
100,000 signatures, they have to
They have to listen to
they
us.
have to listen to us. Like,
no one has to
it's
listen to
bullshit.
anybody.
What do you guys think of this? There is, I know at some of my friends' workplaces, they have internal reviewing systems.
Oh,
But it's you don't see all the results, but I can. If I think Marcus has done a good job at something, I can give him a commendation that gets sent to like the HR department, and then in a weekly email, they're like, "Oh, and these few employees got thumbs up for doing this kind of stuff," right?
I
Do you
like
think that promotes a good atmosphere, or do you think some people will be like, "Where's my commendation for the work that I did?"
well, it's almost like I guess it would get better work out of people because they might be like, I want to get that gold star.
Yeah.
I want to be in the email. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
really like if that doesn't mean much.
I don't.
Who really
I don't
cares?
think rating is beneficial. I
Yeah.
don't.
Putting everyone up against each other.
Yeah, it's making a competition that probably doesn't need to exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
In that
Especially
sort
in a
of
friendship
environment.
atmosphere, in a work and friendship,
It's
friendship
like in a
environment.
friendship side of things.
It
I don't think
definitely does not
doesn't work.
belong
You're
there.
the better friend this
Yeah,
week.
exactly. Can you imagine, like, hey, if we rated the podcast hosts here,
Yeah.
I'd be truly at the bottom.
Well,
guys.
we know where Santa puts Damien. He's in the
Número
ground.
tres.
He's in the ground with the bloody tomato seeds.
Oh.
It's a shame. Let's try and answer the question though.
Yeah.
How do you feel if you were to go over to a person's place and they were like, all right, cool, gotta go, I've got plans.
I feel like as the host, like if I invited you over,
Yeah.
and I had other plans afterwards, I would say, hey, come over, but I gotta leave by like 7.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, that's cool, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Even though I pretend to be cool, I'd be like, that is cool.
This person's fine. It's on the host to
Yeah.
tell them that.
Yeah.
They didn't communicate that fact. That's completely on them.
Yeah.
Fair.
I feel like you don't need to do anything extra to sort of say, do I need to leave early or whatever it is. To leave, you just leave. Like when you're ready, like, oh, I got other plans to go to, or, I'm getting late, I'm going to go.
But also to avoid that, he did say, is it okay to ask? In the future, just ask.
Yeah.
When you think is this going to wrap up? Nobody's going to get offended by that.
You'd be like, whoa, man, just go with the flow, all right? Just whatever happens,
Go with
happens.
the flow, but leave in 2 hours,
Yeah.
please.
Go with the
The
flow.
flow happens to end in 2
Yeah,
hours.
I'll flow like the
2 hours.
river out of my door
Yeah.
because I'm busy.
Yeah, exactly. I think we got it.
I
There.
think so.
Let's leave it there for lettuce then.
Let us entertain you.
All right. Can I say one that's a combination of two things together?
Yeah. He said, let us entertain you. I know I would have heard that when I was editing and be like, fucking Marcus, the funny
Boo
bastard.
you. So this is going to come from almonds and tuna.
What, together?
So I have a tuna sandwich and I put almonds in it.
Oh.
It tastes great together and you get a little bit of crunchy texture.
You know what? I eat my lunch that's like a rice sort of base with nuts and tuna. So I'm with you on
There
this.
you go.
Tuna and a bread
Thank
base.
you.
I'm not with either of you.
Well, there you go.
I'm going to go with the flow
Go with the
and
flow.
leave the room.
All right. So A&T writes in, is it okay that I use the lemon law on my date?
Wait. What's the lemon law?
I will explain.
Please do.
For those of you who don't know what the lemon law is, it's a rule created by How I Met Your Mother that states you're allowed to politely leave a date within the first 10 minutes if you feel that there is no future there. My friend set me up on a blind date with a guy, and he's not really my type. I tend to be into more masculine guys. And he was feminine and kept making conversations that didn't really intrigue me. So after 10 minutes was up, I told him he was a great guy. He just wasn't the one for me. When I finally got home, I got an angry call from my friend saying, I'm being an arsehole, and I didn't give him a proper chance. What do you guys think? Almond and tuna.
So it's almost like
It's like almond with date of tuna.
That's right.
That's it.
it's almost like a speed dating thing. Like if you got 2 minutes to impress me. If I'm not impressed,
Yeah.
see you later.
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about calling back. But it's actually you've gone out on a date with them.
Yeah. Ah,
Do
yeah.
you think 10 minutes is enough time
No
to
way.
make a proper
A judgment?
Yes, on somebody.
No, of
It's
course not.
right?
It's not. It's the 10-minute rule is. I'm guessing Barney came up with this lemon rule.
Yes.
The lemon law, yeah.
And Barney was a.
He's a chauvinist. You can
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that. He's a womanizer.
I was going to call him a pig.
Yeah, he pretty much
yeah,
is.
he's just a womanizer.
Yeah.
Essentially. So your rules are based off a womanizer.
But also, like, who bases their real life rules around a sitcom? Like, it's written to make people laugh. I'm pretty sure, like, How I Met Your Mother, isn't there like Barney has like a Gremlins theory.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you don't want a girl to become your girlfriend,
You have to follow the 3 rules.
yeah,
of the
something like
Gremlins.
don't get them wet, so don't let them shower at your house.
Yeah.
Don't
Feed them after midnight.
Don't feed them after midnight, and
think
also never see them during the day. Like, don't
Yeah.
expose them to sunlight.
Yeah.
And it's like
Interesting.
they're comparing women to gremlins. I'm pretty sure this is a comedy show. Do not apply this directly
real life.
to your real life.
The other one they have is the crazy hot scale, where they're like, basically it's a scale of this is if a girl is this hot, she must be this crazy.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
all
Okay. There's like a
relative.
correlation between the two.
Yeah.
So if she's like this crazy, she must be really, really hot, and
Yeah.
you have to work out if it's worth that.
Yes.
For people like this, I almost feel like they need the jackass warning at the start of sitcoms and being
Yeah.
like, this is made for entertainment purposes. Please do not try this at
Yeah,
home.
right,
Yeah,
right. Well,
exactly.
it's almost like the whole book, The Game, the game book about like how to pick up women and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. Some people like worship it and they go like, "That's how it is."
That's how it is. That's how
But
it
it's
works.
like, I think if you look at dating like a game, then
it's going to be a game.
Mate,
and
you're gonna lose.
There's only going to be one loser in that game. And that's going to be you, buddy.
game over, my
Yeah.
friend.
I feel like 10 minutes is not enough time, and especially when your friends have given you that, like, introduce us the blind date.
That's what they're failing
Yeah.
to recognize here. Someone, when you recommend somebody to another person,
You got to give them at least the time of day, like enough.
yeah, and that person who's recommending it is kind of giving you the stamp of approval to their other friend.
Yeah, like
being
I've spoken for more than 10 minutes. They seem good.
yes.
Take it from here.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if I was to, let's say, hypothetically recommend Tom to you, right, Marcus?
Tom.
That's
I'm
me.
married, sorry.
That's me
Oh,
saying.
no.
But that's me saying on both sides. I like both of you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I'm endorsing both of you.
Yeah.
Now get together because I think you'll work.
Yeah.
So by him doing that, he's making both of them look like shit. The friend who recommended him and themselves.
It hurts both of them.
Have you guys ever been in this situation?
No.
Not in a dating context.
Yeah.
I've met people who, like, right off the bat, I haven't liked.
Yeah.
But I don't
Friends
know.
of friends and all
I don't
that.
know if that counts. I'm not
think
sure.
I think in situations you can tell if someone's not on your level.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you'd be like, yeah, I'm not sort of vibing on
I'm
this
not
person.
vibing. It's
But-
happened to me before.
Oh, has it?
It has. One of my friends was like, "Hey, I've got this, like, as a friend of my girlfriend's.
Yep.
You're single. She's single. Well, do you want to go on a date together, like with us, double date?"
Yep.
I said, I'll go out for dinner.
I'll give her 10 minutes.
I'll give her 10 minutes. Went out for dinner. Wasn't vibing it, and
Yeah.
that was that.
Yeah.
He put me on blast after that. He goes, "What? You didn't like it? You didn't like this? You didn't like that?" I said,
okay.
just not my.
You just
not my
weren't
thing.
feeling it.
It's
So
not
he
my
was
thing."
sort of offended that you didn't vibe.
And that's when I realized, I'm like, never go on, like, if your friend sort of suggests another person, don't, like, you got to say, hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
But you at least did the courteous thing of staying for the whole day.
It did.
Yeah.
You didn't bail and pull the pin after 10 minutes.
It was a double date, but like it left. It's like
I mean, you could have.
Yeah, right.
You still could have.
I just ordered grilled. All right.
Fair enough.
Simon says
With extra
with-
lettuce.
with the side, yes,
Oh,
with the
yeah.
side of that pesto man. What is it like that? Herb
Yeah,
mayo.
yeah,
That's
herb
the
mayo.
best mayonnaise sauce
I've got a
ever.
good pesto recipe if you're interested.
I couldn't leave.
Yeah, fair enough.
I had that chicken
Grilled
burger.
is expensive. That's what you don't
Yeah,
just walk away once you've ordered.
exactly.
I
But
think you also have to remember, in your situation and this guy's situation, is they're being set up with good intentions, right?
yeah.
Like, even if it works out awkwardly, they were kind of like trying to make something good happen,
Yeah.
and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's the life sometimes.
And sometimes that's how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't like the rating, I think the whole sort of how he goes by rules and things
Yeah.
like
The
that.
10-minute thing is
I think that's
seems
not cool. I don't think it breeds a good positivity towards or
Life in
women
general,
or
yeah.
dating or anything
Yeah.
like that. And
Yeah.
it's sort of not a good aspect. And I don't think in the end that person will necessarily be a happy person.
No, because
If
if,
that's how you
if
live
you're
your
going to
life.
put rules in your life like that, then you're gonna set yourself up for failure.
What about give people a chance?
Yeah.
Do you
Give more
remember
chances.
our friend who had his coffee rule when it came to dating?
Oh, what's the
No.
coffee
One of our
rules?
mates was one of a Casanova. It's not too dissimilar from the
I
lemon
remember
law.
this. Yes.
But their whole thing was if he was meeting
I know this.
going on a date,
Yeah.
he'd order a coffee, and if he within the time of finishing his coffee, if that person didn't make a good enough impression, he would leave and be like, "Oh, something's come up. I've got to run."
I remember that was at
And
this,
he would
like
boot.
when like Tinder was a big thing.
Yes.
because I think he was obviously going on plenty of Tinder dates.
He went on plenty of Tinder dates. He was never like a meal date. The first date was always a coffee or a quick drink or something like that.
To know, like I'll spend the $4 and the time it takes to drink that. That's enough for me to gauge.
I think
It's almost efficient.
Do you think a coffee is probably shorter than 10 minutes? That's probably short. That's the latte. The better sooner than latte
Depends on what
approach.
cafe you go to. Like a lot of them are just like, "Oh, you gotta go coffee," and then the coffee comes like 20 minutes later.
That's
like,
true.
you're
Yeah,
like
right.
they must have been banked
And
up
it's
with
not
those
like
coffees.
just you sit there and drink it. You'll have a conversation.
Yeah, you have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not as quick as 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's almost just
It's pretty
about.
quick.
It's
Though,
pretty
yeah.
quick.
It's pretty quick.
I honestly, there are some of my really good friends now who I knew for years, and I wasn't really that close with them to begin with. They were
Yeah.
kind of just like peripheral friends that I knew because of other people.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until years later that I got really close to them and like got on with them with the house on fire.
And how are you to know if you were to give it up so
Exactly.
quickly?
Like
Yeah.
10 minutes is like
It's nothing.
I can't think of anybody who's like rocked my world in 10 minutes and be
No.
like, Jesus Christ, what an first impression you've made.
I did to you.
Yeah,
Apart from,
right, right.
I mean,
Come on,
me and
Damien.
Marcus was love at first sight.
It
That's
was love at
different.
first
Clearly
sight. We're
it was.
talking about Blink-182, baby.
That's right. Yeah.
All the small things.
And then we both put our dicks out.
What's your rule with like a movie or a TV show? Like if you were to get, how long do you give a movie before you're like,
that's a good.
bogus, fuck it off?
Movies, I probably will sit through to the end or fall asleep during.
You watch the end and the credits finish and the credits finally roll up. Panavision. This movie was filmed by Panavision.
This
that
movie was shit.
Yeah.
I'll go movies right to the end. TV shows, I'll go mid-season.
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 Yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that.
I reckon I give less to a TV series. I'll
You-
watch
you
like
give
maybe
one
two
or two
episodes and
episodes.
be like, not feeling it.
I mean, if the first 2 episodes are really garbage, then I probably will not feel
maybe
it.
I've just got short attention span.
Maybe
No
low
patience?
patience.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not that. It's definitely not that. No way.
Have we answered it here for
I think
almonds
so.
and tuna?
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah.
What we're saying is 10 minutes is not long enough.
It's not.
And your friends were within their rights to be upset at you for giving it up
Give
in
a
10
little
minutes.
bit more.
Absolutely.
Give a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to leave it there for this week's episode. But excellent questions. Excellent
Chainmail?
rebuttal
Ah,
on
yes.
the chainmail, I must
Grazie
say.
mille.
Santo, what can I say?
Santo, no, that's a good. Hey, Santo.
Well-
me and Tom really appreciate what you said about us.
we and
and
also
you know
to
what?
mention,
You're right. What you said about Damien was right.
He was actually called up on it by someone else as well.
He was.
in the friendship
we're
group.
going to be real. One of our other listeners, who's actually a friend of ours,
Yep.
said that was bogus.
Yeah.
Reminder
So-
to self, write insulting rebuttals for both Tom and Marcus for next week's episode.
Can you give me a nice Parmesan recipe? Yeah, Parmesan Alfredo recipe would be
please.
great. But yeah, we really appreciate when
do.
people do write into us as well. Like no matter what you've got to say, we love to read it. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at tqhpodcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, head over to Facebook and Twitter. You can get in touch with us there, TQH Podcast. We're also on Spotify if you want to listen to us on that streaming method. But of course, the best thing you could do is head over to iTunes, rate, subscribe, and leave a review. 5 stars would be great. Let us know what you think of Damien's recipe if you end up deciding to cook it.
Please, can somebody, one of our listeners, make the recipe?
Make the recipe.
Like get it. Like if you don't know how to speak Italian, get someone to convert it for you or
Yeah.
translate it for you.
Don't go with my translation because we found out that was bogus.
That was bogus. That was bogus. So please, if you can make that recipe
Yeah.
and tell us how it is, and then we can rate Damien on the recipe.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
good to
Let's do
us.
that. Until then, guys, that's all the time we have. Thank you to everyone out there for listening. Thank you, of course, to Marcus.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you to Damien.
Grazie.
And as we end every episode,
Stay curious.